Welcome to the podcast. I'm Rosa Coelho, your host, lifestyle entrepreneur, health coach, and speaker. I've gone from being in complete overwhelm, burning the candle at both ends, and watching my health, relationships, and business suffer, to creating a life with more joy, ease, and abundance. If you're ready to let go of the overwhelm, reclaim your health, and push past your comfort zone so that you can unleash your next level of success to create a greater impact, then sit back as we delve into conversations as well as bring on guests to share with you tools, knowledge, and real action steps to get you there. Listen in, because you never know when you may hear something that changes everything. Hello, beautiful friend, and welcome to another episode. I hope you've been having a wonderful week. It has been absolutely freezing here. It's the end of May, and I made a hot chocolate tonight. I don't know. I live in the north, so I should be used to the cold. And I guess I am. In the winter, I can really accept it. But right now, I am just counting the days to getting onto that paddleboard. And now I'm kind of wondering if that day is ever going to come. Oh my goodness. So I've had a busy week. I welcomed some new people, some new women into Simply Strong, and then launched the beta group of Simply Stronger. So this was really something so exciting and something that I was always in the plans to do once Simply Strong was fully laid out and kind of working well, that then I would devote the time to another 6-week program so that the ladies who did the first one didn't feel like, okay, 6 weeks, now what? In Simply Stronger, we definitely kick things up. It's a program where there's a lot more accountability and it's a little more intense. But what I love about it is that by the time you get into Simply Stronger, you know how to count your macros, you know how to track, you know the structure of strength training. And so that base is there and it's solid and it's like, okay, yeah, now we can really rev it up. So in order to get into Simply Stronger, I only take 5 ladies at a time. The prerequisite is that they've done the first 6 weeks of Simply Strong, which takes a little bit more kind of self-motivation, even though there are definitely individual check-ins with me as well. And I answer questions daily, and there's a group and it's interactive and all the things. But in Simply Stronger, the ladies literally have to message me every single week with updates, and we actually chat daily in private chats and in a group chat. So it's a lot more involved, and it all runs on WhatsApp. So that program starts off with a one-to-one phone call. And so it was really great to catch up with these ladies who had already done the prior program. And I asked them to send in testimonials. And so this is one testimonial from one of the lovely ladies who in Simply Strong actually lost 10 pounds and got stronger and feels so much better and confident in the programming as well. So her testimonial says, Simply Strong was a super intro into weight training and counting macros. I had never counted macros, so I had a lot to learn. I found the group format fun and supportive. You definitely get out of it what you put in. Rosa was very interactive within the group, answers questions, and has a wealth of knowledge. It's truly a group about learning and simply getting stronger. No pressure, just support. So glad I joined. So I'm so glad she joined, and I'm so glad that she's also going on to Simply Stronger, the next level. So it's going to be an exciting 6 weeks. So as well as welcoming in the ladies, I also had a couple of friends visiting me for the weekend. It was so much fun to host these special ladies, and they are my good friends from childhood. I realized really how rare this is and how special it is. My one friend I've known since I was 6 years old, the other one since I was 8, and we met up where I'm currently living in our hometown. So it was just such a wonderful time, like literally sleeping in our pajamas, eating really great food. We went to check out some like local spots that we remember from our childhood and just had a lot of laughs. And it was such a amazing, incredible weekend. So I'm so grateful for that. Okay, getting on to today's topic. Oh, do this uncomfortable thing for results, for your best results. Okay. This is something I've been thinking a lot about recently. And let's be honest, I think a lot about a lot of things when it comes to, getting results for myself and also helping others to get results so that they can just so you can feel yourself, feel your absolute best, most vibrant self. It doesn't mean that every single day we're on top of the world, but that, when we take a step back, we're like, yeah, generally I feel really great. And it's allowing me, this feeling great and being strong is allowing me the opportunity to do the things that I love. And I think that that's the thing that's the most important is, are you fit and strong to do the things that can bring you joy and give you a quality of life? This summer, I have a big trip planned. I'm not going to talk about it until I've done it because I don't know, that's just how I am. But it's going to involve a lot of hiking. And I'm going with a friend of mine who, he's not going to want me to say, but let's just say he is 15 years older than me, but super high energy, super fit, incredible hiker. And that's what I love. I just love that when we really take care of ourselves, really, there's just no limits, and it's amazing. So that's what's really important to me and to the ladies that come into my programs. So what is the one thing that we need to do that's uncomfortable? Well, the thing is to choose the path of being uncomfortable in order to get comfortable. Now, I'm going to say that again because I know it takes a little bit of wrapping your brain around that. Choosing a path that is uncomfortable in order to then become comfortable. And what I mean by that is, we're on this path of life anyways. We're on this journey. So we can choose to really to go through the uncomfortable things of learning to track the macros. I mean, that's a big one. People are like, it's a pain. It feels overwhelming. It's hard. I don't have time, like all the things. And I always compare it to like a child tying their shoes. And if you watch them, it's so painful. You're like, why is it so hard? Like, I don't get it. They're fumbling around and it's frustrating. And you don't think twice about tying your shoes. It's not even, you don't even realize you do it when you put your shoes on. You just do it. And that's the same thing as tracking. Like tracking for me now is so easy because I've just done it so much. And a lot of my favorite foods are saved in that app. And it's just like, it's a quick process. I've learned all the little tricks and things to make it quicker. And, in the course I have videos showing people how to do that, but really it doesn't matter how much I teach it or how many videos I have demonstrating it. We only get better at things by actually doing them. Like a child can watch you tie your shoes 1,000,000 times. They're only going to get better at it if they actually go through that painful process of learning it. And eventually it becomes super easy. And so this is the same thing of that path of resistance. You may get home from work and you're like absolutely exhausted. The last thing you want to do is go out and get the rest of your steps in. Or the last thing you want to do is go and get that strength training done. Or in the morning, if you're like, I know it's going to be a busy day, I've got to get my workout in this morning. You don't want to do it. It feels truly uncomfortable. But on the other side of that is the results. Like without actually accepting that that is part of the journey, then things will never change. And it's so easy to just want to do what's easy, but then be in that state of being uncomfortable, which is stuck in our results, or worse, headed in the wrong direction. We could be losing 10 pounds this year, or we could be putting 10 pounds on. And again, I'm not fixated with weight, but we know with that weight, we get other symptoms that come along with that. The fatigue, shortness of breath, the just bloated, not feeling great. Like putting on that extra weight doesn't feel good. And we know where we ourselves feel good no matter what anyone else says. It has nothing to do with anyone else. And so if you choose the path of comfort now, you're still stuck in the uncomfortable. So there's still a level of uncomfortable somewhere. Is it waking up in the morning and like thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to put those pants on again. And they just feel so tight. Like they feel tight in the legs, or they're hard to button up. Then when I sit, I don't feel great. I don't want to buy new ones because I don't want to, put on the weight to fill in the new ones. And then I'm going to have the same problem. Like I just want to feel good in the clothes that I have. And so that's the uncomfortable. Is like, there's other examples of that, whether it's, going keeping up with a friend when they go, I don't know. I can't even think of an example now. I think the clothes one really got to me because I remember going through a phase like that. And that was like during COVID. And I was like, oh, so frustrated. Nothing was fitting. Everything felt so tight. And then there was just nowhere to shop. And it was just like, we just have like these vivid images. So for you, it might be something else. But, there is, if you've decided that you want to make a change, is because there's something that is currently uncomfortable for you. And so know that to make that part better. So in order to get comfortable in my clothes and to feel good in them, I've got to be on that uncomfortable path for a little bit. The whole, exercise, the walking, the sleeping, the taking care of myself, all the things. And so that's really what I wanted to talk about. And it's a really important thing to really let sink in. Time passes no matter what. The time's going to pass. So you can either put in the hard work now, later, or really never. It's really up to ourselves. I think it's really important too, when we go into these paths, to know yourself. Like, what are you like? Because anyone can tell you what to do. But if you're someone that you're either, I find people are in two kind of camps. Some people are like, they just need to drastically change everything. It's like that person that's, smoking whatever 10 packs a day. And then I don't know how much people smoke, but they're smoking every single day. And all of a sudden one day it's cold turkey. They're done. They never touch it again. That does happen. And some people are like that. They're like, nope, that's it. I'm done. I'm frustrated. I'm on this path now and I am all in and I'm changing everything at once and I can do it. Now, there's not a lot of people that can do that. And that is true. Just like even in this example of smoking, there aren't that many people that cold turkey. Most people do it in a process. They stack they layer their habits. So you might be like, okay, I'm going to get started. Week 1, I'm going to focus on I'm going to track until tracking is easy. If tracking is difficult, you're going to focus on getting to that 100 grams of protein first and then worrying about the rest. When that becomes easy, then you worry about the rest when it comes to the tracking in terms of hitting the calories and the fats and the carbohydrates. Then once that becomes easy, then you're on to the next thing. Then you're maybe going to add your walking and getting your steps in regularly. And then from there, the strength workout. So you can layer it. And that tends to work out best for a lot of people. I shouldn't say most people. Well, maybe most people. Like I said, the drastic changes don't always work, but I do want to mention them because they also do work for some people. And so know yourself. You already know what you're like. No matter what anyone tells you, you know what you're like. So is it better for you just to go all in, or is it better for you to give yourself grace and do those steps? But do those steps seriously, because you can't be slacking on a step and then trying to layer something else. Like, you've got to do it solid. And then finally, I just say, have your feet firmly planted on your path. Like, make that decision. However you're going to approach that path of being uncomfortable, make the decision that this is you. This is now your identity. This is going to be who you are, which is someone that can do hard things, which is someone who can make a decision and stick to it, which is someone that makes themselves these little promises, these little micro promises throughout the day and keeps them, because that's what builds confidence. Be that person also that when you slip up a little bit, it's okay. You give yourself grace. It's not about perfection, but you also get back on track on that next. Like, if it's a meal, on the next meal, you're back on it. If it's a workout, you get in a little bit that evening, even if you miss that morning workout that you promised yourself. You don't get in the whole workout maybe, but you do a part of it so that you feel good about following through. But you don't wait until the following Monday, the following week, the following month. Like, that needs to be done. So again, it's not about perfection. It's about how long are you going to be in that low before you come back up. So like I said, the shorter that you want to be in those times, shorter. We all go through them. No one is perfect. I do not lead this perfect life. There are times in the year that are a little harder. There are times in the year that are a lot easier. And during those easier times, which is typically summer, I embrace it. I love it. I love how much easier it is to do all the things. And in the winter, when I slip up a little bit more, I just make sure that I'm slipping up for short periods of time and not turning it into a whole hibernation, for lack of a better word, because everyone knows I'm afraid of bears and I love that they hibernate. Okay, on that note, I hope you have an incredible week. If you're like, Rosa, I need to get onto Simply Strong, what do I do? Go to my Instagram, click on the link and you'll see it there. Or you can go to my website, roccofit.com/Simply Strong. And backing up my Instagram is at RoccoFit, ROCOFIT, and I will also have it in the show notes. Okay, have an amazing week. Thank you so much for listening in today. I know time is precious and I'm grateful you shared yours with me. It would mean the world to me if you felt an impact, a moment of inspiration, or learned something new. If you would share it with those you care about and leave me a review on iTunes. I'd love to know what spoke to you or what you'd like to hear more of. Your sharing and leaving a review would help so much on this journey to making an impact on as many people as possible. It's worth it. I know from experience, there are moments when something we hear has the possibility of changing everything.